Well, Happy New Year, everybody. Hope everyone had a good Christmas and a good New Year's. This be my first videos for 2026. I'm gonna try to do more videos and get some better content out here. Build this channel up. But this is a project that I think I did a video back after we had got the footers put in, I think. So they've come in and laid the block, and plumber's working on getting this plumbing all done. So I've just been, doing what I can, trying to get some of the gravel already in here and prepped. What have you. So they're not done. They're going to tidy up these water lines. They've got to put sleeve. There's a sleeve material that they're going to put over that blue water line so that this gravel, because that peck will inside the house here, it'll jerk around a little bit when you use it. And so over time, if you don't have a sleeve on it, that gravel will wear a hole into it and you'll have a leak. But if you don't put it in the slab, they tend to have freezing problems in the winter. So, and then they're going to tidy it up so it, the plumber's going to tidy this up so it doesn't look like spaghetti. But anyhow, that's an update on this project. This machine, you see the number on the back there, you can tell that's not, those of y'all that have been following my channel know that's not my machine. This is a loaner. My machine is in the shop getting a new final drive put on it. 208 point something or the other. I can't remember exactly. I know it's over 200. It's almost 209. And this right side final drive is shot. So I came out one morning, I had it at home at the shop, and I went to back it up. I was going to do something. I don't remember what, and I heard a crunching sound. And I got out. I said, that don't sound good. Maybe it's just gravel on the tracks. You know how those of y'all that run these rubber track skid steers know what gravel sounds like down in your undercarriage, and that's what I thought it was. But I had just cleaned the machine. So I got out and checked, no gravel in there. And I got back in the cab, moved around a little bit. It didn't make the crunching sound near as bad going forward as it did going reverse. And I still thought maybe it was something to do with the track. So I propped up the back end and picked up the front with a bucket so I could get the track off the ground. And then I ran it forward and back, same thing. So I called my sales rep, or not my sales rep, the warranty guy down at Stowers in Chattanooga. And he said, well, you better bring it down here and so they could check it out. They had came to my shop, but I'd have had to pay travel time. And anyhow, they checked it out, and yeah, something has come loose in the final drive on the right side there. So they said they're going to replace that whole final drive, and I guess with that, all the hardware. Anytime you take that sprocket off, all those sprocket bolts are supposed to be replaced because they stretch. So, and gear oil and stuff. The final drive on a 275 XC Land Management is the same final drive that's on a D1 bulldozer. So, which I found is like $11,000 just for that stinking final drive. So I'm thankful I got warranty. Warranty's covering every bit of it. But they gave me this 299 D3. I'm not sure the year on it. But, good grief. There's some people online on Facebook that have tried the new 275 and they swear these 299s are still the better way to go. I don't know what universe they're in, because this 299, and you see this is a high flow, but it ain't got nothing on my 275. I don't know. Of course, I don't know if this is just a machine that they keep to loan out to people for warranty work, or it doesn't say rental on it. Maybe this was a used machine they had and laying around so that they're just letting me have it. I don't know, but this machine is slap wore out. I actually, you can see over in there, there's a little gap in the block right there. I can't go over top this peck. So I'm having to just dump the gravel over the edge of the wall. I'm trying to get in as far as I can. And I let go of the joystick, and well, it kept going forward. So I don't know if that's what the problem is there, but there's not hardly any finesse up or down. It's either up or down. You want to, just move it, bump up an eighth of an inch. You ain't gonna do it. That little bit of oil leakage is not the machine's fault. I had my brush hog on here, and I guess it's the male end on my brush hog hose. One of the hoses, the male end is leaking, I think. Either the male or female. But the door on my machine is spring loaded, and good grief, I mean, the cab. My dad had a 289 D3, a 2020 289 D3, and I run it for 5 years, and I thought it was comfortable enough. Of course, the air ride in the seat worked. The seat there is fine, but the air ride part, I don't know if the switch is bad or the airbag, whatever that's in there that raises it up and down, is shot. The motor may be shot. I don't know, but that's all the way down. And then I've got the seat shoved all the way to the back, but my knees are still almost all the way to the front here. So the joysticks don't bother me. They're different than my 275, but that don't bother me. But yes, I mean, the hour meter up there in the monitor says 616 hours, but there's no way in the world that's accurate. You can look at these sprockets. That's not 600 hours of use. That's more like 800 or 900 hours. And then for all the play forward and back, up and down that this thing has, that must be a newer monitor, and they've never updated the hours on it or what have you. But I'm not complaining. At least not trying to. It may sound like I am, but it's a loaner machine. Didn't charge me anything for it to be here. They delivered it to me for free, and I'm grateful for that, because it gave me, I needed something so I could keep working. And so that's fine. But so here's the fuel tank. DEF on my machine is over on this side. This machine, the DEF fluid is right there. Hydraulics there. I don't know. I mean, for somebody that didn't have a machine, a farmer or whatever, they'd probably be tickled pink to have this thing. The little rubber hose, tie down thing, whatever, that holds this upper door down, the end of it's busted. So on the way here, this thing actually popped up. They didn't deliver the machine here. They brought it to my shop, and I hauled it to here. I had all my buckets and stuff were at home at the shop. So anyhow, so this machine is not shot. It's just got a lot of hours on it, and this was the selling feature. When I went to buy a skid steer last year, I went to buy a 265, and it has the same undercarriage as this, basically. Not quite as long, but I think one less roller in the 265, I think. I'm not for certain. Anyhow, but you see how the final drive here and sprocket is all fastened to the track frame, and then your hoses and electrical come out through there. Well, when I bought my machine, went to buy that 265, they had a 275 sitting right beside it, and I took one look at the undercarriage on the 275 and looked back over at the 265, and I'm like, I don't want that 265, because that is a maintenance nightmare. This dirt gets all jammed up in here. They've got it cleaned out now, but it all gets wound up in there. If you get into any like strings or wire or what have you, vines, they'll all get wrapped up in there. The 275, the final drives are integrated into the main frame of the machine, and the track frame is separate. And so all your debris and stuff, I mean, you can about take a gloved hand, and just wipe it off. Unless, of course, it's mud. But my machine, every time that I've cleaned it off, I've literally didn't have to use a power washer, just a garden hose and a nozzle, and it just washes right off. So, but anyhow, we still got our 305 here, but as soon as we get the other machine back, I'm going to try and talk with a mechanic and that worked on it, and pick his brain a little bit as to what he think happened. Like I said, we had 250, it was another 41 hours. I was going to be doing a oil sample and oil change on both final drives on that machine. I had the stuff at home to do it. We're just waiting for another. They want you to do it at 250 hours. And we didn't even make it to that. I'm going to ask them to see if they're going to, test the left side while they've got it. Because I just soon, if it's starting to have an issue too, I just soon, hey, let's go ahead and fix it while you've got it. But The right side did glitch early on. So we had it 20 hours. The starter went out and they replaced that. The monitor quit, or didn't quit. They had to update the computers on this thing for, there's 3 or 4 updates they had to do, and then that fixed the monitor. And then the speed sensor for the right side final drive acted up, and they came out and checked it and said, "Oh, I can't find anything wrong with it." Well, here we go. 200 hours later, something let go in there. So, anyhow, but I'll update y'all when I get that machine back. Hopefully, I can get in with a mechanic and pick his brain and see exactly what they think happened, and maybe I can, let y'all know about that, and y'all can be looking out for it. Those of y'all that have bought that machine, or are looking to buy that particular model. And again, mine is not the base model 275. Mine is the 275 XE Land Management. There's like there's a horsepower difference between the base model and the XE Land Management. I don't know if it's 10 or 14 horsepower different. And then if you take and put the mulching head on it, it bumps the horsepower up even higher. So everyone's trying to say 275 is the same as a 299. It's not. Whatever specs you're seeing online is not accurate. From what Caterpillar tells me. Anyhow, y'all have a good day and a good 2026.